Hello, I'm Dr. Amanda Caples, the Victorian Lead Scientist and Chair of the Stakeholder Advisory Panel for Onshore Conventional Gas. The panel is an important part of the Victorian Gas Program, a 3-year series of scientific studies to better understand Victoria's natural gas resources. The panel meets regularly to receive reports and provide feedback on the work program. Our goal is to build an understanding of the science investigations and the risks, benefits and impacts of onshore conventional gas exploration and development. We bring a wide range of views to the table with members coming from farming, industry, local government and environmental groups. The government banned fracking in Victoria in 2017. The panel process has been a tremendous opportunity to better understand the science and the issues around natural gas. By sharing the results of the various studies, the panel members have been able to develop an informed, in-depth view of conventional gas. In 2020, the panel will advise the Minister on its views on the science and on the risks, benefits and impacts of onshore conventional gas development. This video captures panel members' views about the Victorian Gas Program and the Stakeholder Advisory Panel progress to date.
If gas is going to be available for production in Victoria, it needs community understanding and support and confidence that any issues around the community, environment, agriculture and industry have been addressed in the process.
The breadth of the program of work is important, and the different roles and perspectives that make up the panel, I think, is very important to the integrity of the process.
We desperately need the development of more gas in Australia, and this process is critical to ensuring that decisions are made based on sound scientific evidence.
As I was really on that journey with the fracking ban campaign, and it's really important that the community now feel confident in having that voice at this table to make sure that the hard questions are being asked.
The cost of burning fossil fuels like gas is really starting to add up. Extreme weather events are getting more frequent, more intense and more damaging due to climate change. Environment Victoria is very keen to scrutinise the science behind the Victorian Gas Program and highlight the environmental impacts of continuing to rely on fossil fuels rather than replacing them with renewables.
There is an existing gas industry within the southwest. But obviously the science that's going on between not only the Otway Basin but also in the Gippsland areas is really important to all local government areas for their communities to understand what resources are there and how that can be invested.
Yeah, the gas program itself is very important because what it does is it brings clarity and science to a debate that often lacks it. And to have a committee that oversees its work is critically important because it demystifies the work that's going on. So that people from a diverse background and with diverse interests and views about gas can actually see in real time all the work playing out about what resources are out there, whether those resources are provable and what social and economic issues are attached to the gas industry in Victoria.
Because it gives us an opportunity to bring our views forward, working with others that are involved, including the gas industry itself, but other stakeholders, so that we can all collectively work together to bring about what is the best outcome for the people of Victoria.
The process has been informative and I've been able to ask questions that the community will want answers to.
I think it's been extremely important, the transparency of the project, the fact that I've learnt so much and then I can take that back and engage with at a community level.
We've got a cross-section of people who represent all areas of the community and the industry. And so we get, I think, a very rich and well-informed perspective into the debate.
The process to date has been very respectful of different views. On the panel, I'm keen to ensure we're looking at the risks and impacts of opening up new gas fields in Victoria, particularly in light of the Victorian Government's commitment to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to zero by 2050.
I think the process has been thorough, disciplined, educative, consultative, reporting outside of the group to the broader community.
In fact, I could say it's been exciting because there's been a strong learning curve, certainly for myself, and I suspect that some of my colleagues on the Stakeholder Advisory Panel.
It's gone very well because everyone has checked their sort of biases at the door, and despite the fact that we've all come from a range of different views and perspectives on gas, we've all managed to work together in a very collegial, consensual manner, and that has made the process a lot better and a lot more positive than it otherwise might have been.
It's working well, and we're confident that we're going to get to a result that will have a lot of consent around it and no surprises.